All right, what's good, everybody, and welcome back to the Triple P podcast. We talk about everything peace, prosperity, progress, and anything else you can possibly think of. Today, we're here with Caleb Hopkins, man. Go
What's
ahead and
going
introduce
on?
yourself. Let us know what you got going on.
My name's Caleb Hopkins. I'm 22. I grew up around the area. Right now, I'm a cook. I'm working on being a chef. I work at a restaurant called Domain South. It's like upscale dining. We do octopus. We have Wagyu steaks. We got duck on the menu. We do like fucking King Ora salmon, if you know what that is. So we do
Oh.
all the good shit. My aunt works there. She curates all the wine for the restaurant, and everybody there calls me nephews. It's pretty good. I ended up I went to jail last month, in May, in May, and I got pulled over with an ounce. I was on my way home from work. I picked up an ounce after work. Everything was going good, and I crossed the bridge. And whenever I got across the bridge, fucking a cop jumps out right on my ass. He followed me for 10 minutes, and I was right around the corner from where I live. I was almost home, almost at the safe point. And they fucking pulled my ass over because I didn't use my blinker 100 yards before the stop sign, but I used it at the stop sign, and went to jail. Thank God my car didn't get impounded. I got bailed out that night. But the people I work for, they actually paid my lawyer fees off.
Wow,
So
that's
they were
real,
like,
though.
That's real though.
that's why I love it. Yeah, they set me up with a good lawyer, and then they even paid all my lawyer fees off too. So I fucking love that restaurant.
They had your ass too. Yes, sir. They was ready.
How many
Hell
people do
yeah.
y'all really have ordering octopus, though?
So it's usually about 4 or 5 a night, honestly.
Okay.
That's
So-
good. That's good
And
numbers.
the thing is, the restaurant's busy all the fucking time. So you would think like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you ain't really that busy. Last week, Monday, we had 120 reservations. Wednesday, we had 108. Tuesday, we had like 123
On a Tuesday.
on a Tuesday.
Wow.
And that's not counting the people that walk in. So we have reservations, and then we have people who walk in on top of that.
My.
And it's like last Friday I worked. Last Friday we did 250 people is
Wow.
what we did.
Are y'all open on weekends?
We're open every day but Sunday.
Oh my.
Every day but
gosh.
Sunday, yep.
How good are the Saturdays?
Saturday, I hate them. They're jumping. Dude, I hate them. We're busy all fucking day on Saturday.
Talking about like over 600 people a Saturday,
Yeah,
probably.
like nobody has work. They got paid on Friday. They're looking to spend the money.
Shit, yeah.
You know, every
Like
single
we gonna
time.
eat. We gonna eat octopus. We gonna eat salmon. We gonna eat wagyu. We
Hell
gonna eat.
yeah.
You know what? We gonna eat 7 plates of all
Well,
of
they
them.
got
Not
the
all of
King of Aura in the fish world at the restaurant.
Exactly, bro. They
King of
gonna
Aura
get that
salmon. I ain't
aura,
never
bro.
even heard of that, and that's some
I've
next
never
level
heard of
shit.
that in my entire life.
My girlfriend never had salmon before, and I
word?
get half off on the menu. So of course that was the first place I
Oh,
took
of
her to eat
course,
at.
bro.
And she had the King Aura salmon, and one of my friends is a waiter there. I was talking to him
yeah.
about it, and he said, "Oh yeah, dude, that's like the Wagyu of the salmon world." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, you just fucked up salmon for her. Every salmon she's gonna eat after that's gonna taste like shit."
It's gonna taste
Damn.
like paper bags after that, bro.
See, I love salmon, so I have to try that. Where's it located at?
It's downtown Huntsville.
Oh,
so
okay.
this was back then. I'm not sure what the salmon dish is right now, but we served it. It was the salmon on top and with blackened seasoning on it, and it's y'all are y'all familiar with risotto?
Yeah.
So it's a bed of risotto with Sicilian sauce on it, with garnished with basil.
Ooh,
And the
so-
Sicilian sauce, it's like a peppery marinara sauce. It's a little bit more of an orange instead of a red color. It's kind of liquidy. That shit, ooh, it's good as fuck.
Dang,
So
bro, they
it's
hook you
some-
up.
Yeah.
It's some fancy restaurant type
It is.
shit. Then.
For the salmon, it was
Yeah.
like $23 for the salmon. Yeah.
Well, when
That's
I
honestly
hear
low for what I thought it would be. I thought it.
nah, salmon's normally around like
Is salmon
16,
not too bad?
17.
Oh,
so that's
yeah.
not terrible, but that's pretty
Yeah,
high.
but for what
end.
it comes with, I thought it was gonna be like 30-something bucks for the salmon.
Well, you gotta think if you want to add any sides. Like I'm assuming that's like just for the entree.
Oh
like,
no,
like-
no. So it's the way the menu is it has all the sides with the entree. So like so we have venison, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
you order the venison, and it comes on a bed of grits with asparagus on the side, and it has a blackberry demi-glace sauce that goes on top of it. So that's the salmon
Bro,
right there.
what?
Bro, when I
No.
heard risotto though, I'm like, yeah, that made me think of Gordon Ramsay. Like, yeah, expensive food, yeah, bro. Yeah, I want to try one of them restaurants for real.
Oh my
The Hell's
God.
Kitchen or something. That'd be crazy. Bro.
Hell yeah, they got a place up in Gunnersville called Old Town Stockhouse. It's one of them restaurants. You order everything. It comes in courses. So
yeah.
you pay like a flat fee, like 120, 130 bucks per person. And like the appetizer comes out 10, 15 minutes later, entree comes out, 10, 15 minutes later, dessert comes out. I've always wanted to go there, but that's just a little too expensive for me.
That's pretty
I
steep.
feel like it's worth the experience though, because you get like a 5-course meal. Say you only have that like maybe once, you know, three or four
Yeah.
times a year if you really like a business person. You know what I'm saying? You take somebody out who you're trying to network with. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you really want to treat them right. You know what I'm saying? And you take them out 4 or 5-course meal. You get a nice appetizer, a really nice, you know, whatever you got, entree. I don't know what a 4-course, 5-course meal is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I
But you
guess it's
get-
a 3 there, like the just appetizer, entree, and dessert. But they're
dessert.
probably all like high, like quality
class. They're
items.
probably high
and
class.
Stuff, you know?
Oh yeah. We
Like-
also. Oh, I'm sorry.
But like you were saying, Wagyu, bro. I ain't never had Wagyu. That sounds good.
Oh my god, dude! I fucked up the first time I cooked it. Right.
Oh, yeah.
I was the owner of the restaurant was like, "Here, nephew, cook this. We'll have a little example. Everybody will get to try it." I was like, "All right." She said, "I want it medium rare." I was like, "Okay." I never cooked Wagyu before, ever a day in my fucking life. So I slap it down on the grill, and I'm like, "All right, it's about time for me." So, in a restaurant, the way you do it, you put the steak on. This is a steak, right? So it gets the grill marks that way, and then you turn it so it gets the diamond shapes. That's what you want.
Gotcha.
I went to go turn it, and the motherfucker was stuck to the grill.
Oh, no.
And I was like, oh shit. I didn't think about it, but what it was, I had it on the lower temp side of the grill, so that way I didn't overcook it. But what happened whenever that fat started to render down and started to cook,
It didn't get hot enough.
it
so
didn't
it's
get
stuck.
hot enough, so it stuck to the fucking grill. I was like, oh my god. And then the chef came up, and he was like, just let it sit there. Whenever it'll be done, whenever it unsticks, that's when you rotate it. That's how you know it's done. I was like, god damn it, I know this bitch gonna be overcooked already. So I fucking rotated it like 2 minutes later, flipped it. Didn't stick when I flipped it, thank God. Probably because the fucking fat was already stuck on there and it kept it
Yeah.
from sticking. But pulled it out and I cut it open, and the owner goes, that's not medium rare. I was like, oh fuck. Fucked up part is it was a perfect medium. Perfect medium. But it was not medium rare. And I
Damn.
was like, I'm sorry. She goes, this is a $90 steak. You can't fuck this up. I was like, I know. I'll put olive oil on the bitch next time before I put it on the grill. Don't worry about
I'm
it.
sorry.
Hey,
I ain't
bro.
mean to do
Hey,
it.
first time cooking something though. I mean,
Hey,
you
at
gotta
least you
learn.
did.
At least you didn't burn it, so you can still eat it.
I swear to God. And that bitch was good as fuck, too. Now, if I'm being honest with you, I would prefer a ribeye over Wagyu any day. Being honest with you. Because how fatty it is, it don't really... The texture's different.
See, I thought a
don't-
Wagyu was supposed to be like tender and stuff.
It is. It's real tender, but it's soft. And it's not really, but it's semi-chewy. It's
Is it not super filling either?
Semi-chewy. I wouldn't say that because I only had the one piece. I like even with my discount, I wasn't about to buy that.
Oh
motherfucker.
no,
Even
bro,
with
that
my
would still be.
discount.
If you said, well, you get a 50% discount on the menu, that's still $45 for a
Yeah.
steak. Like,
I'm
God.
like,
And that's
shit.
what, like maybe a 8 ounce or 6 ounce steak.
I think it was 9.
Okay,
But-
that's better.
and that's the thing though. It's 9 ounces before it cooks, and then you cook it, and that bitch will cook down to like 6.
6.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's the way that's the way steaks work. You weigh them before you cook them, and then whenever you cook them, all the liquid and all the moisture, that shit cooks out and it shrinks.
Also, all the fat's gone. So you mean, and Wagyu's mostly
Yeah,
fat.
Exactly. But I honestly, I prefer like a ribeye over that shit any day. Honest to God.
Because most of it doesn't render
Most
off.
of it doesn't
Ribeye
render
is
off.
mostly meat.
You got a good little fat string going around the ribeye. If you want some fat, cut you a little bit of piece of that off. Eat that motherfucker. Like,
You'd be like,
yeah.
hey, can I get a blowtorch? You just take that fat and just.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I prefer a ribeye any day.
I'm just a person that prefers steak chicken over steak.
I
is what
prefer
meant.
chicken over
Yeah.
steak too.
We got like a Greek chicken right now.
Oh.
Yeah, we got a Greek chicken right now. It's got like tzatziki sauce on it.
Like a
We
little
serve-
Mediterranean shit.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
serve it
yeah.
with like I think it's rattlesnake beans, which is just
What is that?
normal ass green beans.
Oh,
I
okay.
swear to
Okay.
God. I
Why
swear,
they
dude.
put some rattlesnake venom in there?
Yeah.
Gotta get the antidote once you eat them.
They give you
hoes.
a shot of just rattlesnake venom.
Here you go.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, bro,
It's like
you go.
you get a shot of rattlesnake venom and a shot of antidote. You decide which one you take first.
Yeah.
It's a catch-22.
We ain't gonna tell you which is which.
Yeah,
It's like a Jaeger bomb. The whole glass is rattlesnake venom, and then they drop a little antidote in there.
Oh, my God. Hey, I mean, if it works, it works. You know what I mean? Gotta get the business.
Better hope it
Hell
works.
yeah.
You better hope they don't put the venom in the little shot.
Yeah.
That'd be like the fucked up version of them man versus food challenges.
Oh my god, that would be fucked
Trying
up.
venomous things with the
Yeah.
antidote mixed in.
They probably do that in some country, but so a question I want to ask you, because I asked a lot of people this and I've gotten out of the habit of it, but I think yours would be very good. What is like one of the wildest things that you've seen in high school?
One of the wildest things I've seen.
Yeah,
in
you
high
don't
school.
necessarily have to be something you did, but like wildest thing you've seen, because your class was one of
Yeah.
those. You know what I mean?
So freshman year, it was like the first 2 weeks in the high school, right?
Oh god.
Now I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on film, but these two lesbian girls got into a fight. Okay, that's what it was. These two girls got into a fight over another girl, and they were on top of. You remember the balcony?
Yeah.
They were on the balcony. This one bitch grabs the other one and throws her off the fucking balcony. She lands feet first, breaks both her fucking ankles. That was the first like month. That was my introduction to high school. That was my
Hey bro,
first
welcome
year
to
in
high school.
I was like, what the fuck?
Were they in your grade or were they above you?
I think they were like 2 grades above me. Yes, that was crazy as
Holy
hell,
shit.
dude. I will never forget that. I
You on
was
the way
like,
worrying about where your class is, and all you see on the side is, "Don't take my girl!" Oh,
Well, I guess she won then, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, the other girl wasn't stepping for it.
They
You
put
know
her
what I
ass in
mean?
A school.
she ain't stepping nowhere after that, bro.
Exactly.
They gonna gurney her ass through the doors.
Uh-huh.
That shit was crazy, dude. I'll never forget that.
I mean,
Nah,
that's
you-
crazy. First 2 weeks of school too.
Yeah. Oh
From
my
our
God.
school, bro, I ain't surprised. I'm not surprised. That's crazy though.
I couldn't believe it, dude. I almost shit my pants. I was like, this is what high school is.
I've heard a lot of stories about Brewer, but we haven't been told that one yet. That's definitely
I've
a
never
new
heard
one.
that
one was
before. That's amazing.
crazy. It was
Yeah.
wild.
And that was back when you were still in your like band kid form too. You know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
probably really like what
Shit,
the hell?
I was ROTC kid all the time.
Oh yeah. Wait, no, you weren't. You just hung out with the band kids. My bad.
Yeah, I hung
that's
out,
right. That's
shit,
right.
I hung out with everybody. I was friends with everybody too. That was
True.
That was one thing. I don't know about y'all, but I didn't really see too much bullying at Brewer neither.
See, the sad thing is, I was a part of the bullying group, but I never bullied nobody. I never bullied nobody. Thing is, I didn't like bullying nobody.
Oh my god.
It was very passive aggressive bullying in our grade, like in between our classmates. There was a lot of bullshit where people didn't directly like bully you, but if your friends, you know what I'm saying, would
Yeah.
make a lot of comments in public, like in front of everybody, that they know you don't want them to talk about, and people would start like making fun of you for it and everything.
Okay.
And so like I wouldn't say there was a lot of direct bullying. I did see some of that, like with some kids, but it was more like people just kind of ganging up on one person and making a
Yeah.
big like spectacle out of it.
It was a lot of like
Okay.
clown showing somebody. Like you tried
Yeah.
to make them out to be something they aren't, and like they would expose something like, say somebody like they had a girl on the side and they kissed them outside of school, but they didn't want nobody to know that. So what they would do is like if it's your first time kissing somebody, hey, you in high school. Like I mean, some people don't kiss somebody till they out of high school. It don't matter. But like say it's like oh the girl ran off or whatever, and told their friends or whatever, it wasn't the best kiss in the world. I mean, well, you're in fucking high school. Who cares?
Yeah, it's like motherfucker. That's probably the first girl you done kissed.
That's
Yeah.
probably like the first girl you've done anything intimate with. But she goes off and tells a whole bunch of their friends, and then if it's like the drama and the clique shit in high school, they go off, and that's the bad thing about the group that I was in. It was always some drama or clique shit. It's like, did you know this person did this? It's like, bro, who cares, bro? Y'all in high school. Shut up and do your own stuff.
Yeah, I think a lot of it with us was just people being too much worried about everybody else than themselves. Like I think your grade had a more better understanding of like everybody doing their own thing and not really hating on each other as much
yeah.
from what I seen from the outside. It's like I had some friends, like you were 1 grade above us, right, or 2?
I graduated 2021.
So 2 grades.
Yeah, I graduated
Because I
2021,
mainly
yeah.
remember you from like hanging out with like Isabel and them when we were
Yeah.
freshmen. Yeah.
Yeah, she was real cool. Her little sister loved the hell out of me.
Oh yeah, her little sister was cool.
little
We-
sister's
we
chill.
went down when we were at the beach one time. We hung out with them, and she was like a little spitfire, dude.
She's
I like she
crazy.
don't like grow up and be a businesswoman or something. She's like I don't know, but yeah.
That's what I think about my little sister, bro. She be trying to boss me around. I'm like, bro, you better own a big old business. You better be like the top of the chain when you get older, bro, because you be trying to boss me around all the time.
Shit, that's one thing with me. I'm the youngest out of 5 boys and 1 girl. So that's the cool part too. I got away with everything too. Anything I wanted to do, I'd raise hell. My mom be like, "Yeah, he's just a baby. You better get the fuck off of him."
He's just a baby. You better let him do what he wants to.
Hey, she'd already like dealt with so much shit by that point. She just like let him do what he wants
like,
to do.
Him, dude.
I guess this is actually a really good perspective because you're what, youngest of 6 kids, right?
Yeah.
Or 7? Is it 6?
It's so 5 boys, 1 girl, including me. That'd be so I'm included with the 5 boys.
So you're 6.
Yeah.
So me and Eli were both only child for I was only child for 15 years.
Damn.
Yeah,
So and Eli's still the only
so.
child. So we have like the only child mindset. I still feel like I have the only child mindset. I didn't really like understand that I had a sister till like 2 or 3 years, and I was like, damn, I have a sister now. Hold up. Until she started like walking and talking, I was like, hold up, there's another person in the
wait a
house
minute,
right
you're
now.
a person right now.
So,
Yeah, like, whoa, you gained what's that word? Cognizance.
you
There
weren't
we
like
go.
you weren't
Yeah.
you
You're
here right
conscious-
now.
Yeah, consciousness. There we go. Cognizance and consciousness, same shit. Whatever.
It might
Y'all
as well
get
be
it.
the same thing. Anyway, how has it been not being the only child? Like, you feel like you have more freedom, or do you feel like you have less freedom?
So it's kind of it goes both ways. So one thing, like growing up, being the youngest, I grew up with all my brothers were in the house. So I grew up with 2 of my brothers in the house, and the other 2 they were in and out of prison. So yeah, they would come home from prison, stay for a few months, go back to prison.
Damn.
Couple years later, come home, stay for a few months, go back to prison. So we ain't even gonna talk about them because they weren't really.
Well, that gave
part
you
of
like
it.
a good perspective to stay away from that.
Exactly.
They gave you a good moral background. It's
What
like,
not
well,
to do.
now I value not going to prison because, hell, I want to be there with the people I love, my family and stuff.
Exactly.
I want to grow with the people I'm living with, not be away from them and then come back and be like, well, I don't really got nothing, so I might as well go do what I was doing anyway.
For real. And that's the thing. They had like a whole family to come back to.
Yeah.
And they still chose to do wrong and go back.
Well,
and,
I think, yeah, that's one thing you talked to me about the last time that we were like together in person was like how you kind of changed or saw a lot of life through like other people's experiences and kind of
Yeah.
have changed.
You live
view to things
vicariously
that
through
have
other
happened.
people.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
like if you see, that's going back to my brothers. So my other 2 brothers I grew up with, one of them, he was a pothead the whole time. And then the other one, he like started out drinking alcohol and then
Yeah.
he went to pills. And then he got a girlfriend, and his girlfriend was a stripper. And so they both started buying like flat screen TVs. They'd eat out every single night. And then it all slowly started crumbling down.
The decline happened.
They started doing more pills. That went to like heroin. And then that turned into, she started prostituting herself out. And I'll never
Yeah.
forget it. They didn't even have, by this time, they didn't even have a phone. They would have people texting my mom's phone asking for her.
Oh, no.
And
That's bad, bro. That's bad.
My mom would be sitting there watching a YouTube video or something, scrolling through Facebook, and she just get a text message, "Hey, you gonna give me some of that pussy?" I was like, God, real story.
No way.
I swear to God.
No
and so my
way.
mom would fucking take the phone to her, cause
What
hell, it
the-
ain't like she's gonna stop what she's doing, right?
No, it ain't gonna, no.
And my mom, she looked at my brother, she'd be like, "I don't know how the fuck you handle yourself letting her do that. You know what she's doing, and you're sitting there letting it fucking happen. What the fuck?" And then so that was the decline. And my other brother, the pothead, he loved girls. He let a girl run his fucking life. And I love girls too. But at the end of the day, I'm my own person, you're your own person. I ain't gonna let you run my life, you know what I'm saying?
You can't let nobody take control of what you have. I
Exactly.
mean, you both got to do your own thing and be your own person to explore. You know what I'm saying?
Individualism is very
And
important.
that brother
Individualism is
ended up getting with a dope whore. She got him on
Yeah.
dope.
Damn.
Now he's where they are right now. My other 2 brothers are in prison. The pothead brother who got on the dope, he's living in a tent in the woods with that girl now.
You go.
And my other brother, him and that girl, they broke up a long time ago. That girl's doing good. She got her a older man with some money. I got 2 nieces out of her. So my 2 nieces are doing good. They're well taken care of. They go to the beach every summer. They got a car they're driving around in. They,
That's
they go to
good.
all the VBSs. Like every church that has VBS, they go to every single one. So she's doing real good for herself. She changed
Oh,
up.
so that's good that you ended up having a relationship with
Exactly.
her out of that.
And my
at least.
my brother, he is still living in my parents' abandoned house with no water, no power, no fucking food. And so it's like, damn, dog. And that's my older brothers.
Mm.
And so being a little kid, I took my experiences from what I saw from them. Like my brother, he would start detoxing off of pills, and he would be laying in the floor holding his stomach. This motherfucker, I'll never forget it. He'd get so constipated. I swear to fucking God. He got so constipated, he shit out a turd that fucking big.
Oh my
dude.
God.
Size
Oh
of a
my
softball.
Lord,
I'm not
bruh.
lying to you, I swear.
That is
And
crazy.
it's like
What the fuck?
you'd walk in his room, there'd be fucking dirty shit everywhere,
See, this is a good lesson for people out there that are ever like, hey, I want to try a pill, man.
No,
don't,
no,
do
bruh.
not.
Man, it's
Like,
a lot
it-
easier to never do it than it is to quit. You know
Listen,
what I
it's a
mean?
lot
Exactly.
easier to say, yeah, no, I'm good. Because once you start picking something, it's real easy to pick something up. It's hard as hell to put something down.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to be like, all right, I can do it one more time, and then one more time, and then one more time. And I'll quit in a couple more times. But then you don't think about how many more times that's going to fuck you up.
And the first time you do something, you're already addicted. And that's the way it is with most people.
Yeah.
There's some people, like, I mean, I know some people that can do certain drugs like once or twice a year, maybe 5 times a year, but they don't feel like they need it. But then I've also seen people try something one time and then they're like physically dependent on it for years until it eventually just,
Fucks
fizzles
Until it
out.
eventually takes them out. I mean,
People
Yeah.
either end up like getting to their lowest point and rising up from it, or they get to their lowest point and just give up
They
and
let it crush
die or go to prison or whatever happens,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean,
you either
good
get to your
thing none of
lowest
us.
point.
Hey,
You either get to your
learn.
lowest point and you take it over, or you get to your lowest point and it takes you over. There's only, I mean, hey man,
There's only one way up from rock bottom.
there is.
Yeah.
you either stay at rock bottom or you get up from rock bottom.
And you got to fight like hell to get out of them spots too, because once your mindset's set in one way, it's really hard to get it to do a 180 and go back the other direction. But it's always possible, though. Hell, I've had to do it multiple times. I'm sure you have. I mean,
This is rough.
Yeah,
you know.
any mental pathway you go down, you got to be prepared to take a 180 if it goes bad.
Mm-hmm.
well, so what other type of jobs have you had other than working in the restaurant business?
So, my first job I worked right out of high school, I worked at it's a small, like literally there was like maybe 20 people. It's a small ass factory. It was called Whitesburg Electronics.
Mm.
And I started out working there, and there was a lady, I forgot her name, Miss something. I forgot what her name was, but they were like, you're going to be helping her out. And so what I did, I would put parts on computer boards. So like little computer boards like that, and it all comes full circle. Guess who our biggest contractor was?
Who?
The Alabama prison system. We
shit.
built the computer boards that went into the phones in the prisons. That's what
That's
we
so
did.
funny.
Fair enough.
That's
I
so
swear,
funny.
that's
Fair
what we
enough.
did. And
Hey,
I would help her out, and it was funny because you had to color code shit. So she would hand me a piece of paper, and there'd be like W6, D2, fucking B8, and each one of those, like everything with W6 was pink. Everything with B8 was orange. And so I had a sheet of paper, and I was literally fucking coloring, getting paid for it.
I was
And
paying to
then-
be in kindergarten,
enough,
bro.
bro.
Yeah, and then
Did you get it between the lines though, or were you outside the line?
Shit, I was 18. I showed up high as fuck all the time. So sometimes.
Hey, bro, that's kind of lit, though. I ain't gonna lie. Showing up high as hell coloring, I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, that-
I was like,
that's
dog,
a-
I'm getting paid for this?
Bro, that's a lit first job. I'm still at my first job, and I can't fucking stand
Oh my
it. I hate it
God.
around there.
They would
bro,
they would cater Rosie's Cantina for us.
Shoot.
Thanksgiving they catered Cracker Barrel for us.
I'd be so happy. I'd be
They,
coloring while I'm eating.
My first job they gave us I had a $500 Christmas bonus, dog.
Damn.
Yes, that shit was cushy. It was real nice. It was good.
Why'd you quit that? Just didn't pay
So
enough?
they fired me.
They say you ain't coloring in the lines no more,
They,
bro. You gotta get out.
They told so I was 18. The next youngest to me that worked there was 26, and the next youngest to him jumped up to like 52.
Oh.
So it
God.
was all a bunch of old people, all of them.
Oh, so the
of course,
mindset was crazy.
yeah, of course, me being 18 thrown in there. I graduated high school like 2 months ago. I show up in fucking slides and joggers. I'd have a
Yeah.
fucking hoodie on. Like, I would literally to put the parts on the computer boards. I'd be sitting in my fucking chair like this, dog. Like, I didn't give a fuck. I didn't understand.
You show up to work at a damn beanbag chair. You like, man, this shit, man.
Like, this shit cushy as hell.
Being there faded as a hoe, just like, man, all them people probably looking at you like, man, these kids these days don't have no damn work ethic.
Yeah.
You in there at slides and the joggers, they come in khakis, like tie,
Yeah,
dress
like button
shirt.
up
I was like, what the
shirts.
fuck is this guy doing?
They got a
Hey,
nice
take
ass
a load
hat
of this
on.
dude.
I got a pretty cool story from it though. So at the time I didn't have a car, and there was a lady. Her name was Miss Rona. She lived right around the corner from where I did at the time, and I was talking to the boss at the factory one day. I was like, yeah, I ain't got a car. The person who takes me back and forth to work, they're just got out of high school. They just got a job too. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. And she was like, oh, well, Miss Rona, where you live at? I was like, oh, I live fucking da-da-da-da. She was like, oh, Miss Rona lives right around the corner from you. Don't worry about it. Go ask Miss Rona if she could take you home and pick
Oh,
you up.
shit.
So I went and I asked her, and she was like, yeah, sure, I'll pick you up. Don't worry about it. I'll pick you up, take you home. You live right around the corner. It ain't nothing for me. So the first day she took me home, it was in the middle of COVID. Everything's fucking high. Gas prices, everything. I asked her, I said, so do you want me to give you gas money? Or if you don't mind me asking, do you smoke weed? And she goes, oh, yeah, I've been smoking weed for like 30, 40 years. Yeah, I smoke
Hell
weed.
yeah.
I said, well, instead of me giving you gas money, do you just want to smoke a little bit when you drop me off and we'll call it that? She was like, yeah, that sounds good to me. And so every day, me and her, we'd fucking sit down, we'd roll a blunt up. She never had a GB before.
Oh shit.
She hit the
Oh.
first GB was with me, and she called me when she got home. She said that shit had me running off the road. She's like, I hit. She never had dabs before. She hit dabs with me. She fucking sat out in the parking lot for 20 minutes before she took
Oh,
off.
yeah.
dude.
She'd probably like sitting there waiting for all the cars that weren't there to leave.
Like,
Yeah,
holy
man.
fuck.
This is like,
So that shit was pretty cool. Miss Rona, I'm still in contact with her to this day. I haven't seen her in a minute, but she lives up in Somerville. So like every time I'm up towards Somerville, I stop by, smoke with her a little bit.
Hey, Miss Rona, you want a GB again?
how long?
Yeah.
How long is it until you can smoke again? Right now.
So I'm not sure right now. So I'll tell you how it happened. So I went to work, and the owner's husband came up to me. He was like, nephew, you look a little nervous. Is everything all right, man? I said, his name's Mike. I said, Mike, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I got pulled over with an ounce on Friday. I went to jail. This is my first time going to jail. I'm a little nervous, and I really don't know what to do. And he said, oh man, well, my wife knows a good lawyer. Don't worry about it. Go to her. She'll set you up with a good lawyer. You go talk to him, and we'll figure it out from there. We'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. So she sets me up with a lawyer. I go and I talk to him like that next week. And I break down everything that happened. And he was like, all right, so this is what's going to happen. I'm going to file a motion for you to get diversion classes since this is your first time. And if I'm being honest with you, I don't know what diversion classes is. I really don't. I've had people tell me I'm going to have to piss in a cup. I've had people tell me I don't have to piss in a cup. I've had people tell me, oh, it's like Alcoholics Anonymous. Hi, my name's Caleb. I smoke weed because da-da-da-da-da. I've had people tell me you sit down in a desk and you fill out a worksheet. So I don't know. I have no
It
idea.
sounds
what
like
it
you
is.
got a whole mixed bag of stuff.
Yeah,
to
Maybe
do.
they switch it up to
Exactly.
confuse you. I mean,
And
it's
so,
different.
but he said, as soon as you pay me the money, which is $1,000, this month he even told me. He said, normally I do a $200 consultation fee for you just to talk to me, but your owner's a really good friend of mine, so I'll waive that fee for you. Don't worry about
Oh
it.
hell
I
yeah!
was like,
Hell
oh, thank
yeah.
God. And then we sit down and we get done. We're going through everything. I meet him in person, and he goes, all right, so I do a flat fee of $2,500. You pay me $2,500. I'll do whatever you got to do. I don't get paid by the hour. I get paid by fees. But again, your owner's a really good friend of mine, so I'm only going to charge you $1,000. Don't worry about it.
That's
And so
crazy.
he said, once you give me the money, I'm going to file a motion for you to do diversion classes. I know people over in the Morgan County court system. It's literally as easy. I'll shoot them an email. They'll send me an email back. It's that easy. And so what happened, I went to work. I told the owner, yeah, it's going to be $1,000 for me to pay the fees off. I'm going to have to save my money up. And then 2 days later, I'm in the middle of work, and she comes up to me. She goes, "Hey, nephew, me and my husband talked about it, and we're gonna pay your lawyer fees." I
Dude,
said, "What?" She
No,
goes, "We
man.
were young one time. We've been in trouble before too, and it can change the course of your life if you don't have people looking out for you. So, we're gonna look out for you. Don't worry about it,
bro,
nephew. You'll
that
be okay." And so I paid that shit off, and the lawyer sent me a packet. It's literally 8 pages. Where you work at right now, where you work at the past 2 years, what high school you graduated from, where you live at right now, your last two addresses, fucking my name, my brother's names, my sister's names, my parents' names, everyone's phone number, like literally, they fucking what happened when you got pulled over? Have you used meth before? Have you used crack before? Have you used cocaine before? Have you used heroin before? If so, when was the last time? Have you used alcohol before? So it was fucking, and I'm gonna be honest, dude. It took me like a week to finish it. I hate doing fucking paperwork, and
Paperwork
so
sucks.
I filled it out, and all I gotta do is just drop it back off at the lawyer, and then we'll figure it out from there.
well, yeah, 'cause I mean, possession of under, I think, is however many pounds of weed. I think 3 point something is a class A misdemeanor.
Yeah,
So
that's what
they
it was.
shouldn't be, yeah, I was gonna say they shouldn't be able to get you any actual jail time for that, irregardless. But you got really lucky with the financial part of it, though, for sure.
Yeah.
That's W bosses, bro. It's hard to find good employers like that. 'Cause like
Mm-hmm.
our bosses, they couldn't give a fuck less about anybody in there.
They heard some shit like that. They're like, nah, you got it,
Yeah,
nephew.
no, they'd
You
fire
good.
you. They'd be like, switch here there, nephew.
Switch
That's
into
what
that,
they
nephew.
said.
Shit, you went to jail. You ain't got no job now, bitch.
Yeah,
You went to
man.
jail. Good luck paying it now.
Exactly. They'd be like, you ran out of personal time, ho, you was in the county.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's exactly
Hell
what they say
no.
to me.
It
But,
worked out because I don't go to work until like 3 in the afternoon anyway. So I got out of jail at like fucking like 4 in the morning. I don't go to bed till about 6 anyway. So I went home, I smoked a blunt, ate some food, passed out.
oh, so they
Like
actually booked you in jail for
yeah,
it?
yeah. I'll tell you the full story because I kind of just did a brief summary of it. So I got pulled over. And he comes up to the car, hi, license, registration. Do you know why I pulled you over? I was like, no, I wasn't speeding or anything. I used my blinker. What I do? He said, in the state of Alabama, you have to use your blinker 100 yards prior to the stop sign. And I literally, I
What?
said, I didn't even know that was a law. He said, yep, in the state of Alabama it is. He goes back, and he comes back like 2 minutes later. He's
But that's 300 feet from the stop sign.
yeah.
God dang.
I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And they don't teach you that in driver's ed.
No.
I didn't learn that in driver's ed.
No.
I've never
No,
heard that.
Literally.
Never.
And so he comes back up to the car, Mr. Hopkins, I'm gonna need you to step out the car. I already knew I was going to jail. As soon as they ask you to step out of the car, you're going to jail.
Yeah, they're searching that bitch.
And he said, you ain't got no warrants. Don't worry, you ain't got no felonies or nothing. We need to talk to you. I was like, all right. And so I was standing by the hood of the cop car. I could smell the weed from my trunk at the hood of the cop car. So I knew this
Damn.
motherfucker wasn't lying. I knew he wasn't lying. So he's like, all right, Mr. Hopkins, I know you got weed in the car. I can smell it. Just be honest with me. Make it easy on everybody and tell me where it is. This is my first time being in trouble before. Like in high school, whenever I had run-ins with the cops, I just fucking run. I was a teenager. I was a teenager. If they caught my ass, what were they gonna do? Call my parents? Fuck you, bitch. My parents are dead. You ain't calling nobody. Like, so, yeah.
Maybe a slap on the wrist or
I
something
swear.
back then. But
So
yeah.
I'd run from them, but as an adult, it's different. You don't have that. What is it? Youthful offender. You don't have that.
You don't
And
have
so-
that gate,
exactly.
bro. It's over.
So
Well, you do until 21, but you're 20.
I turned. This was May 31st. I turned 22 May 14th.
Damn.
Yes.
That's unfortunate.
Yes, it was
but-
fucked up, dude. And so I was honest with him. I said, yes, sir. I told him I had a half ounce because I didn't know. I thought an ounce would take you to jail. I told him I had a half ounce. I was like, yeah, I got a half ounce in the trunk. He goes, is there anything else in the car that I'm gonna find? I said, I'm gonna be honest with you. I lost a dab cartridge a couple months ago. I don't know where it is. It's rolling around the car
Like,
somewhere.
let me know if you
Yeah,
find
I
it.
said-
Hey, can you let me know if you find it? I'll pay you like $80, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
I
come
said-
on, bro.
I said it's real low. I don't know where it is. You might find that. That's it. He go, excuse me. He said, that's it. I said, yeah, that's it. And so he goes through all the car. Some friends of mine gave me a trash bag full of chips This motherfucker said, "You got a trash bag full of chips." That's how I know you're a pothead.
Trash bag full of chips.
Literally.
Was it like one of them big black trash bags?
Big black
full of-
trash bag.
Oh my
I
god!
had like fucking pickle lays. I had jalapeno cheddar Cheetos. I had spicy nacho Doritos. Like I had it.
He
all
said,
different
"Damn, can I
kinds.
take one?"
I had Funyuns. Yeah, I had everything.
He said, "Let me get about 5 or 6 of these. I'll forget about the
Or
cartridge."
swear
you
to
know
God.
some of them cops are like, I'm gonna take this to the evidence locker.
Yeah.
Like,
Take this to the evidence locker. Throws it in his
It's
pocket.
just crazy. And of course, he ended up finding the dab cartridge, and he comes up to me, and I don't know if y'all know this, but he looks at me and he goes, "I don't know if you know, but this is the same as a heroin charge in the state of Alabama."
It is
I
now.
said,
yeah.
"Really?" He goes, "Yes, this is a felony." So, and then he threw it in the grass, and he goes, "We're gonna forget about that, okay?" I was like, "Okay,
Thank God.
all right then." And then he
Thank
searched the
God.
trunk. My girlfriend, my birthday was May 14th. My girlfriend bought me a rolling tray that has legs on it, so I can stand it up and roll
Oh,
wherever I
yeah.
want to.
Oh, that's slick.
Of course, that bitch was in the trunk.
Mm.
But I was smart. Whenever I used it, I put it back in the box. And he goes, "Oh, what's this?" I said, "Oh, that's a birthday present my girlfriend got for me." He goes, "Oh, you guys know each other really well, don't you?"
Oh my
And
God.
I said, "Yeah." And then I even asked him, I said, "Am I going to go to jail for that too?" He said, "Only if it's got residue on it." And he said, "Only if it's got residue on it." And then he set it to the side. And I was like, "Oh, thank God." So he wasn't looking to fuck me up. He was just looking to meet the quota. That's what I got to say. And
At least he wasn't one of them. Hold up, let me get it out the box.
Yeah.
Make
Yeah,
sure.
let me like
Literally.
get a swab off of
Yeah,
it.
Let me get the UV light out.
White
which,
glove.
which did you say it was in May that it happened?
This happened May 31st. Yeah, this
So
happened May 31st.
That law wasn't
the
even out
law
yet.
wasn't enacted
So
yet.
it was-
so
It wasn't a Delta 8 cartridge. It was a normal.
Oh,
It was a real
shit.
THC cartridge, and
Oh.
it's since it's a man-made substance, like dabs, you got to run it through fucking
Yeah.
whatever the fuck propane and all this other shit. It's man-made, so that is the same as like a heroin charge because it's not natural. It's not like a normal drug. It
It's
has
a
to-
synthesized drug.
Yeah, exactly. It's been fucked with, and that's why it's such a big charge. And so he threw that to the side, and he was like, "All right, Mr. Hopkins, you've been real cool with us. We're gonna handcuff you in the front." I was like, "Oh, I didn't even know you guys could do that." He was like, "Yeah. If you're cool with us, you've been real compliant. We'll handcuff you in the front." He handcuffed me, and I was like, "Y'all guys mind if I call my girlfriend real quick?" He was like, I said, "I told her I was gonna text her when I get home. I just want to make sure she knows what's going on." He was like, "Yeah, go ahead, call your girlfriend." So I had my phone in my pocket. I pulled my phone out. I call my girlfriend. I'm like, "Hey, baby, I'm going to jail." And she goes, literally, I said, "Hey, baby, I'm going to jail." She goes, "That's not funny." I was like, "No, like I'm being serious."
Unfortunately, I ain't gonna laugh
yeah.
about this one.
I was like, I'm going to jail. I will FaceTime you. I'm in handcuffs.
Yeah,
There's
like
cops
you're
around
like,
me.
hey Jeremy, say hi to the cops.
I swear to God. And she was like, "Oh, you're being serious?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then she started crying and shit. And I was like, "I'm gonna be out by tonight. Don't worry about it." And the cop looked kind of sad when she started crying. The cop looked a little sad. I was like,
See, at least he wasn't one of them.
You'd be like, give me sympathy points.
My girl's
Fuck.
crying. Come on now.
Like, come on, man.
I'm gonna start crying myself.
You should have been. You should have been like, I got 2 cats and a son at home.
Listen, bro, you can give me 3 whoopings, bro. I don't care.
Be like, look, I don't got no titties to drop, but I'll give you a ball sack or something.
And so she fucking she was like, "All right, well, I'll talk to you later, I guess." And I was like, "Oh my God, girl." So I fucking
Yeah.
we hung up the phone, and then all this happened. I'm nervous as hell. My mouth is dry. I looked at the cop.
I got cotton mouth and I ain't even high.
I swear to God. I looked at him. I swear. I said, "Man, I got caught mouth like a motherfucker right now. Can you get my water bottle?" It was this water bottle. I was like, my water bottle's in the front seat. Can I get my water bottle and take a couple drinks out of it? He was like, "Yeah, don't worry, we'll go get it for you." And he opened the water bottle up, and he was like, "Just gotta make sure it's just water." Of course,
Oh
it
my
fucking was.
God.
And then he
Thank
handed
God
to
it
me.
was.
Yeah, I
Imagine
swear.
he smelled it. It's just like fucking vodka.
He's like, bro, is this tequila?
The
God
wild-
damn it.
So a little side story. The wild part is, so I got off work, and I don't know if y'all know, but there's gas stations in Huntsville that sell to-go margaritas.
What?
They
What?
have a little slushy machine, but it's a frozen margarita, and they put it into a styrofoam cup, and they put a top on that bitch, and they put red tape on it, and the red tape says like, "This is an alcoholic beverage." I had that bitch chilling in the fucking the cup holder. It was in the cup holder. I didn't break the seal on it, so I don't know if that's technically an open container or not.
No.
Well, no,
But
because if
they-
it's still got the red tape on it.
They
huh?
didn't say anything about it though, thank God. So I was shitting a brick just thinking they were gonna take me to jail for that. But anyway,
Should
so
have said, hey, bro, can I take this to the jail, bro? I'm going to be bored as hell.
come on now.
See, the thing with that cop is it sounded like he was being cool, but yeah, since it was near the end of the month, he probably was just
Yeah.
trying to meet a quota. Because a lot of times, if it's a cop that's cool like that, they'll look at it and just be like, okay, give you a warning and then tell you to go on.
Yeah.
But you will. I'm just glad for you didn't get one of them cops
I
that was
swear.
like anal about it. So he could have took that cart and like.
He could have fucked me
Put
up.
feds
He
He
could have
charged.
really, he
Which-
could have put you in jail
I'm
for a
glad you
long
told me
time.
that because I didn't even know that the like Delta 9 carts were the same as.
Yeah.
Which I know the Delta 8 carts are now the same as heroin, which that's a whole different. That's fucked. But
Yeah, it's fucking retarded. And so he ended up, he put me in the back seat, and I even asked him. I said, "So since you're taking me to jail for weed, am I still gonna get a ticket for that blinker?" And he said, "Oh, we'll see about it." And then I even asked him too. I said, "Can you show me how far I should have used my blinker?" And he was like, "Yeah." So we were coming up on a stop sign, and he was like, "So turn your blinker on right here, and then just keep the blinker on till you get to the stop sign." So he even showed me how to get out of it next time. We talked about country music. You know, what concerts have you been to? And then he goes, "This part's gonna get y'all motherfuckers." He goes, "All right, so I'm gonna have another cop transport you to the jail. I'm gonna meet him at a gas station in Priceville." Guess who that cop was that transported me from the gas station to the jail?
Who was it?
Tyler Lane. Y'all know
No,
Tyler?
Nah, I
I know
don't-
Tyler Lane.
Dude. So I get out. I went to Lacey with him. We were in the same
okay,
grade.
so that's why.
We were in the
Yeah.
same grade, but he failed and he ended up being a grade under. But I get out the fucking cop car. I said, "Tyler, is that you?" He goes, "God damn it, Caleb. What the
God
fuck are
damn
you
it."
doing, dude?" I said, "Tyler, I had a little bit of weed on me, man." He said, "How much?" I said, "Oh, I had an ounce on me." He goes, "Oh, you go be fine. You go get out tonight. Don't worry about it, man." I was like, "Hell yeah."
Hell yeah.
And so I get in the car with Tyler. We start talking about, man, what's going on with this person? You know what's going on with that person? You hear about this person dying, you know? So he ends up taking me to the jail, and I fucking walk in. I end up getting booked in, and so they had to strip search my ass going up
Oh,
in there.
yeah?
I was embarrassed as fuck. You know, it's cold as hell, dick shriveled all up and shit.
Mm.
I swear to God, I was embarrassed. And it was a different cop. This motherfucker's like had to be 18, baby faced as fuck. Like he looks like his mom and dad love him and shit. You know. So we go into the room for him to strip search me, and I said, "So let me get this straight. You're gonna see me naked." And you didn't even take me to dinner. I don't know your first name.
You could have at
nothing.
least bought me a steak,
Yeah.
bro. Come
And
on.
he laughed a little bit. He said, "I'm sorry, this ain't how that works." And I said, "So, you're gonna get to see my balls. At least let me see your balls too."
Oh my
And
god.
he said, "No, man, I'm sorry, we can't." And he goes, "All right,
We can't."
take clothing off. Take your clothing off one piece at a time." I said, "All right, I guess I'll start stripping like a
It's
whore."
like that.
for
I was gonna say you
man."
don't pay me for the strip tease.
Yeah.
Like damn.
I said, I guess I'm gonna start stripping like a whore for you then. But then, as soon as I got butt naked, all that funniness went out, and it was just embarrassment. It was just
After you got
embarrassment.
butt naked, it wasn't funny no more.
I was like, fuck, dude, I hate this shit. And then I fucking squat, cough, all that bullshit.
no.
And then I went to the cell. I don't know if it's the holding cell or whatever, but I didn't go back with everybody else. I went to the cell by myself. And I sat there for like 2.5 hours, bored as fuck. I hated it. And I called my roommate to come pick my car up because I was right around the corner from where I fucking live. And he even told me, he said, you need us to bond you out too? I said, yeah, preferably. He was like, all right, I'll call my dad. Don't worry about it. And so my roommate, he told me, he said he was sitting at the jail. He was sitting at the jail from midnight, and I didn't get out till like 3:30. And he was sitting at the jail till he paid my bond at midnight.
Damn.
And so I didn't get out till like 3:30. And I got out. They fucking fingerprinted me and shit. The cop was like, "Man, these are the easiest fingerprints I've ever done. We're gonna get through this quick." I was like, "Oh fuck, I can't commit no crimes then.
No,
I can't steal
bro.
from nobody."
Dude, when I bonded
they got
my
your
homie
clear.
out, they took like he was at Marshall County, and we
Damn.
bonded him out at probably like 4:00, 4:30 in the afternoon, and it was probably 10:30 before they let him out of there.
Damn.
Like I had to work, so
God.
I was trying to wait on him to get out and see him, but I had to go home and have somebody else like. Yeah, I mean, somebody else was already going to
Shit.
take him home, but, like, I wanted to see him because I just dropped money to get him out. I'm like, hey. But, yeah, I
Exactly.
couldn't even stay because I sat there for, like, 3-4 hours, and they still hadn't brought him out. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Damn.
So they can take a long time sometimes. Like, because what they'll do is like the person in there will normally ask, like they'll come and tell them, hey, somebody's paying your bond, we'll come get you soon to like sign everything and do fingerprints, all that. But they'll tell you they're gonna do it, and then they'll wait an hour, come back and be like, yeah, we're gonna do it soon, and then wait another hour, come back and be
Damn.
like, yeah, they got other people to get to, we'll get to you soon. That's what happened to him. So I don't know how it was for you, but
they didn't even do that with me. They just he came up and he goes, "Hey, I don't know who, but somebody bonds you out." I said, "Oh, really?" He goes, "Yeah, come on, let's do your fingerprints." And so it was that quick. Apparently, what took so long is like it was my first time going to jail, so there's a lot more paperwork they had to do, and they have to fill out the paperwork before you can get out. So
They have to make sure the paperwork's all straight before they can let you out.
That's what took so long was like filling out all the paperwork.
see,
and
my
shit,
homies
yeah.
might have also just been because of the charges he had. Like, it was a little more serious. So maybe, like, they just had a lot of shit to figure out before they could just let him free. But, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, court and getting in trouble and thing, that's something that I do not want no part of at the age I am
Hell
now,
no.
for
Man,
sure, dude.
I'm
Like,
good on
I'm good
that.
off everything except for progression and, like, damn, doing good for real, man. That's, like, all the extra shit, like, cause all you do is end up getting in like financial ruts cause of it. It sets you back with everything. Like, if I went to jail for a couple weeks, like, damn, that'd pretty much slow down everything
I
I'm doing. You know what I
swear.
mean? Like, I do this every week. I started doing videos on my other channel. Like, we do, or like, I got school to do, I got work, you feel me? So, like, that just fucked a lot of things up. So, I really try not to. But it's hard with this shit they keep throwing. Because as a
It's fucked
stoner,
up.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to list everything I had, but, like, I was scared as hell traveling down to the beach last time I went. Because
Yeah.
I had enough shit in there that they could have probably put me away for 50 years if they wanted to. You know what I mean? Like, I had, like,
But see, the bad thing
yeah,
is, like,
anyway.
that's not even that much. Like,
Like, I didn't, yeah,
50
all
years, I mean,
had-
hell, you could go to 50 years for a damn ounce and a half, probably.
No,
If they
no,
really,
no,
well,
no.
I'm
It
not
has
like,
to be-
depending on what it is.
But see, the thing is, I had a normal Delta 9 cart from Colorado, and then I also had a Alabama, like, illegal HHC cart or whatever. So they could have got me on, like, 2 felony counts, and then also had enough weed for a misdemeanor, and you know what I mean?
Damn.
Like, yeah. But thank God, you know what I'm saying? I prayed about it. We made it there and back safely, you know what I'm saying? I pre-rolled everything before, so they would have definitely, it would have been easy for them to find. They just found like oh, and I had medical gummies with me too. Anyway,
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
bro. Yeah, bro. They could have definitely got my ass. But it's okay. All in hindsight. I can say all this now because I don't currently got it on my person.
Yeah.
So,
The cop jumps to the camera.
That was
Yeah.
all alleged. That was
yeah, that's just a story for y'all, man. A little entertainment, but
This actually never happened. He's actually, yeah, it's all a made up story, actually. This is a story. This is a fairy tale right now.
Fairy
yeah,
tale.
yeah. I don't even think we're in reality. I think I took the blue pill or whichever one makes you like go into the Matrix. I don't remember, but man, what's your favorite movie?
Oh shit. You ever seen that movie Blow? Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
I
I've
don't
seen
think
it,
so.
but I barely
Man,
remember
so
that
let
shit
me let
though.
me tell you about it. So it's Johnny Depp's in it, and it's a true story. I forgot what the guy's name is, but it's a true story. He moved down to California. He's from Boston. He moved down to California. Him and one of his friends he grew up with, they started selling weed on the beach, right? And so they start selling weed on the beach, and he gets fucking big from selling weed. He ends up getting with a girl. They go to Mexico. They buy a place in fucking Mexico. Him and all his friends are in Mexico, partying, smoking weed all the time. And then somewhere along the line, I don't really remember specifics of it, they get him into selling cocaine. And so he
Ooh.
starts selling cocaine. He starts doing cocaine. And so he's like, it's like white boy Tony Montana, but no one dies kind of thing, right? So
Okay.
he starts slinging cocaine like a motherfucker. He ends up that girl that he was with originally, she dies from cancer.
Oh,
He
shit.
gets with the Colombian cocaine. I think it's like the boss's girlfriend. She ends up leaving him, or it's like his sister, some shit, someone close with him. He ends up getting with her, and so him and her start fucking around with each other. They're both on cocaine, wild as fuck. And the scene I'll never forget is one of the guys in the movie. I forgot. He's played by the guy who does fucking Pee Wee Herman. He's played by him. But he true story. He was a gay guy, and he was hanging out with him, getting all the cocaine. They were still smoking weed and shit together. And so the girl that he's with at the time, the fucking cocaine guy's sister or girlfriend or whatever the fuck it is, she's like, "Oh, you've been spending a lot of time with him. You ain't been fucking me here lately. What's going on?" And they're driving down the road, and she's like, "Why don't you fuck me anymore, George?" What, huh? Why don't you fuck me anymore? And then he's driving the car, and she starts straddling him while he's driving the car. He's like, "There's a fucking cop back there. What the fuck are you doing?" And of course he starts swerving because she's fucking with him,
Uh,
and he throws her to the side. The fucking cop ends up pulling him over, and he goes, and the girl jumps out. She goes, "He has ounces in the fucking trunk. He's selling cocaine. He's got
shit.
4 ounces in the trunk right fucking now, right now. Pull it, get his ass taken to fucking prison." And so they end up taking his ass to prison, and he ends up bonding out. And whenever he bonds out, he goes and he stays with his mom and dad for a little while. Well, his mom, she's like, "You're not my son anymore." And he's like, "What?" And she goes, "My son wouldn't do this." And of course, the dad being cool as fuck, he's like, "Your mom's fucking going through something, dude. Don't wait here. Have a drink with me. Let's smoke a little bit." Because at first he was telling his parents he did construction, and then of course, when he went to jail, bonded out. That's whenever they found out, oh, it was actually cocaine. And then he ends up being on the run from the law. He's running from them. And my favorite scene I remember, they're on their way to the beach, and he's got his daughter with him, and they're on the way to the beach, and his parents are like, "We're leaving right now. Hurry the fuck up!" And he's like, "I'm coming. Give me a minute." And he has like he has like a little briefcase, right, full of loose cocaine.
Oh my
He's-
Oh my
god.
god.
He's packing his clothes, and he opens the briefcase, and he just and he shuts it, and he's packing clothes. They're like, "George, hurry the
Oh my
fuck up!"
God.
And he's like, "Give me a minute," and he's like, "Fucking."
Oh,
And
yeah.
the end of the movie, he's doing his last cocaine deal. And like by this time he's got all that shit behind him. He's doing one last. That's how it always happens. One last time they get
One
your
last
ass.
deal.
Him and his daughter, they're going to Disneyland in Florida. She's always wanted to go to Disneyland. And he told his daughter, he said, "I promise you I'm going to take you to Disneyland." And she goes, "You swear on my life?" He said, "I swear on your life. We're going to go to Disneyland." And then he goes to do one last deal, so that way he gets the money and everything, so they can stay down there for a bit. And he walks in, and the whole room's covered in plastic, and it's like an old aircraft hangar. He was going to do the deal, go pick his daughter up, come back, and they were going to fly to Florida. And his friends that he'd been dealing cocaine with for a while, they were all sitting around there. Normally they walk in, "Hey, hi, what's going on? You been doing all right?" They crack a couple jokes, but this time they're just sitting there in silence, drinking scotch or whatever the fuck. And he goes, "What? Why the long faces, guys?" And they just look up at him, and he said, "Oh, fuck, really?" And then as soon as he says that, cops storm in, run the fucking place, dude.
Oh,
And then
shit.
and then he ends up going to prison. It cuts to his daughter. She's sitting outside on the steps waiting for her dad to come pick her up. Of course, he never does. And then the last scene of the movie is him as an old man in prison. And he's outside walking the yard, and his daughter, a grown woman now, comes out there to the yard to talk to him. I don't remember what they talk about, but they end up walking with each other. And it cuts to just him, and he's sitting there talking to his daughter. And then it cuts back to showing him in the whole yard, and his daughter's not even there. He imagined the whole conversation with his daughter.
Damn.
And he looks at the guard, and he's like, "Where'd my visitor go?" The guard said, You ain't had a visitor since you've been here. Come on and lay down, man. You're getting tired. Come on and lay down." And he ended up, the real life person that movie was based off of, he ended up getting out of prison in I think it was like 2019, 2017. And I think he ended up dying in 2021. He ended up dying.
Damn, bro.
But it's real life movie. One of my favorite movies. The first time I saw it, I was like 9 years old. I had all my older brothers. They didn't give a fuck about what I watched. You know what I'm saying? My parents would be in bed. My brothers would be watching shit. So I just watched whatever they did.
Well, hell, you had
And,
brothers living it too. for
Yeah,
real, you know what I
and so
mean?
that was that was one of my favorite movies, man. It was I fucking loved it. That one and Superbad's
Superbad's
real fucking
Superbad's a
good. Yeah,
classic.
Superbad's real good.
I like that, and Cheech and Chong, probably one of my favorite.
Yeah,
like the
Up in
first
Smoke.
one, Up in Smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the first time I ever watched that. It's the first time I ever got high at all.
Oh my god.
And so that was a perfect storm right there.
I think my favorite stoner movie is probably Friday. Honestly, y'all ever watch
Oh,
Friday?
hell
yeah,
yeah.
Friday's
Many
good.
times.
That's probably my favorite stoner movie. Is that one?
I remember the first time I watched Craig beat up fucking Debo.
Yeah.
Like, yes!
Get his ass, Craig.
Get his
Yeah.
head, Craig.
Yeah. Did you guys watch Next Friday and Friday after
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Oh yeah, I watched the whole series. Oh
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
You ever watch How High? How High?
How hot? That's the one where
Lil
they like
Yachty.
they like
The
smoke-
second one's got Lil Yachty in it, but they smoke
it-
like the miracle weed
yeah,
out the book.
and then they fucking isn't that the one where they like pass out in
They
in
pass
the
out.
van and then they wake up and they're like old men or some shit? Is it that one?
No, I don't
No,
think
it's the
so.
one where they pass out and then they see like these two spirits that lived in the house, or like they didn't live in the house, but there was like the weed spirits, and they show them like, you got to make the recipe, dumbass.
What
And
the
then
fuck?
it's like, I forget what that dude's name is, but he's in a bunch of them like Tyler Perry-esque movies and a
Yeah.
bunch of the Friday-esque movies. I think it's, hell, it might be, you said Craig, it might be Day Day, I think, for
No.
this movie. I think it is.
Yeah, 'cause
And
he's
How High
too
too,
old.
I'm pretty
He's
sure.
too old for that.
Well, he's
He
old in
was
the
a
movie.
younger-
I'm
oh,
not
he
gonna lie,
was?
he's old in the movie, and it's him and that one woman, and I don't remember what her name is.
Maybe
but she's
he
a real,
was.
she's a real
Yeah,
celebrity.
Mike Epps, isn't that his name? Mike Epps.
I think it's Mike Epps.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's him, and then another celebrity was with Yachty in the second movie, but the first movie doesn't have Yachty in it, I don't think. But one of my favorite scenes from How High too is when they get in the car at the very end, and the damn car, like they drive off, because the whole point of the like what he wants to do is he wants to have his own weed delivery service.
Yeah.
He wants to make his weed and then deliver it to people at their doorstep. He calls it like munchies or something like that, but it's sick as hell. It's like munchies with a Z instead of like. But he goes and delivers it to their doorstep, and he's like, "All right, I'll see you later." Gets in the car with the girl of interest in the story for Yachty, and then I think there's another girl in the car for the other main character, which I don't remember his name. He's a celebrity from back then. I don't think he's popular anymore. I think he might have stepped off content creation. But they get up in the car, and then the car goes down the road, and it just starts fucking flying. And I'm like, bro, what the hell?
fuck?
That would be a funny ass movie.
Was it How High 2 or a different movie where, like, I get some shit mixed up, but there was one where they, like, had to fight against this mega corporation that was trying to,
How High
like,
too? Yeah, they steal. What's it called? The dude that's fucking Yachty's mama in the movie.
Oh, shit.
It ends up being his stepdaddy, and then they run off together. But he's like, "Yo, where my weed Bible at?" And he's like, "I don't know where your damn weed Bible at." Little did he know, he sold it to this college kid, and that college kid ended up having the weed Bible. But it was too late by then because he had already given it to that lady who runs the mega corporation, and I don't remember what the name of the mega corporation is, but it don't
really
matter.
matters.
But she was that long-haired white lady with gray dreads. You might recognize. You
yeah.
like the gray dreads, and she was like, "I got your weed, baby," and she's sitting there smoking on it. It's like an electronic, like
Oh my God.
imagine like. In this world, imagine in our world, they stopped selling cigarettes and they started going with vapes. That would have been
Yeah.
it. She tried to, what's it called? Like how they did with the HB 445 thing. Like she tried to illegalize all the weed. She took it all off the market, like all the black market shit. She took all of it all. Like
and
she
you could
bought.
only buy, like, her
She
weed, basically.
she made it to
Oh,
where
that's
like
fucked
all the
up,
billboards were pointing to her name and her company. She bought all the dealers' weed. Everybody in the whole place, they were all fiending, and it's like, where's all the weed at? It's like, I got all the weed, baby. You ain't got no weed no more. It's
Literally
mine
what
now.
Alabama's doing right now.
Yeah,
Yes.
man. Yeah, except they're not letting you have any at all. They're
Uh-uh.
basically saying if you get caught with anything you can smoke, we don't grab your neck and make you choke, you know what I'm
They're just
saying?
gonna take you and bend you up, bow, just break your back.
Dude, I saw people that I talked to online talk about how their family's been here since the 1800s and they're having to literally move and uproot because like they have medical issues that they need the pain relief for,
Yeah.
and they just can't get it here no more.
That
So
shit, yeah, it's fucked, man. Like me, I got ADHD like a motherfucker.
too.
I have insomnia. I can't sleep real good.
Mhm.
Of course, who don't nowadays? I got a little bit of anxiety.
yeah,
you know what I'm
I feel like
saying?
we all do. Just
Yeah.
the way like social media and how fast paced life can get and
Exactly.
everything.
Life gets so fast paced,
And-
you can't even understand how fast it is.
I swear to God, you got like 2 years later, you're just realizing some shit that happened 4 years ago. And it's like,
Exactly,
oh my
Yeah,
God.
it's like, damn, I just got out of high school 2 years ago, about to be 3 years ago. Like, damn, hold up.
Yeah.
And so that shit, it helps me slow my brain down so I can think a little bit. And instead of
Yep.
rushing in to making a decision, I can sit down and think about what the best decision would be to make.
That's the thing I don't understand when people try to have the argument of like, oh, weed makes people slow, it makes people stupid. It's like, I have some of my best ideas
I have
stoned
some
and
of my best ideas I've ever
Every time
had.
I've been going through some shit, the first thing I do is sit down and smoke. And then I'm like, all right, this is what we're going to do. This is how it's going to get done. This is when it's going to happen.
I'd be,
It
breaking
helps you
shit.
strategize and keep your
Yeah, bro,
mind
I'd be
more
breaking
clear.
shit down into like 50-step processes. I'm like, hold up, this is what we got to do, but then we got to do 50 other things before we get to
I've
it.
had people try to tell me, they're like, "Oh, Caleb, you just want to get high and escape reality." I said, "Man, if I just want to get high, I'll smoke meth, motherfucker." Like,
Yeah.
If I just want to get high, bro, I'll
And
go.
weed is not an escape from reality, especially if you do it
No.
every day and have a tolerance to it. It becomes just a normal part of your everyday routine.
It's like nicotine in a cigarette.
Mhm.
Yes.
Literally, it's just like
Yeah.
that.
I mean, it's just like, and I don't understand how people can even think it's harmful, because if you look at alcohol, it's just way, way more issues surrounding alcohol.
Also, you say it's harmful, bro. Some people have been smoking weed for like 70 years, and they ain't had no underlying health problems.
Hell, Willie Nelson still touring it down 90 years old smoking.
Snoop Dogg is still smoking. Like what he said, he smoked like 10 or something blunts a day. I'm
More
like,
than
bro,
that, dude.
or like
He
that's
has a
on the
personal
lowest
blunt
side.
roller.
He has a professional
Yeah.
personal blunt roller, bro.
I
I'm
love
like,
that position. I can't pearl those, so I do.
Oh my god.
But
It's so funny
you
that
like
people.
blunts or rolls? I like rolls a lot better.
I like blunts, but if I'm being honest with you, I prefer bongs. I prefer glass. Yeah. So I would much rather like smoke a bowl than smoke a blunt. Cause like the thing is, I can take like 2 hits off a bowl and I'm just as high as that whole blunt will get me. So, but if I'm watching a movie, I'll smoke a blunt. But if I'm like playing games or getting up to go to work, or if it's the end of the night and I'm just trying to relax a little bit, I'll smoke a bowl. So blunts for me, it's more of like if I'm gonna stay in the same spot for a while, I'll smoke a blunt. But a bowl is more like if I need to get up and go, if I need to do something, if I'm in the middle of something, a bowl's a lot easier for me.
Well, see, bongs are nice, but the only thing I hate about a bong is they're so hard to keep clean.
And dude, I've broke so many of them.
That too,
broke so
yeah.
many of them. I'll fucking smoke. I'll sit that bitch down by the chair. I'll get up to go get something. My foot will hit it, and that motherfucker will fucking fall over as slow as it can fucking go. Shatter.
You're like,
everywhere.
oh no.
I've broke like at least 6 fucking bongs. At least 6
Damn.
of them.
And they're like expensive ones too?
I mean, the most expensive I paid.
Or did
was
you
like,
quit buying expensive ones because you kept breaking them?
Yeah. The most
Hell, I'd get
expensive
a
I paid
rubber
was like
one.
$120. That's the most expensive I paid.
At that point, just get a damn rubber one for
Yeah,
real, because like,
My roommate bought me a silicone one.
Yeah.
He said you can't break this motherfucker. Yeah.
Listen, bro, you could throw it against the wall, stomp on it, beat the hell out of it with a baseball bat. You
it'd
ain't
be your
breaking it.
luck you'd break the
Have
bowl
y'all-
in it.
Have y'all seen those fucking those Wampet bongs? It's made out of real thick glass, and there's videos of people hammering a nail with the bong. They throw it up in the air and it slams down on the concrete, and that bitch don't break.
Yo, that's
It's
like
called,
them,
It's called
oh,
Wampet.
yeah.
Yeah, it's called a Wampet.
How expensive are those?
I have no idea.
They probably upwards of
Probably
like
like
200 and
probably.
something.
At least.
Probably.
Yeah, this the bong to outlive all bongs.
But to be fair, that's a good price to pay for something you know you ain't gonna have to replace.
That's an investment.
If the motherfuckers, if they hammering a nail with a bump, listen, bro, come on now.
My friend's dad's got a bone that's like, I think about,
If it's the same one I'm talking about,
4
it's like
feet?
4 feet.
yeah, like, it's
Damn.
pretty damn
Yeah, because you
big,
have to
dude.
like set it on the ground and you
And
have
like,
to put your
you
neck
gotta
down a
hit
little
it
bit.
like it's a damn standing instrument,
Yeah.
basically.
You have to hit
Yeah,
it
like
like
you
it's
gotta hit that bitch like it's one of them.
a cello. You have to hit it like it's a cello.
Is a cello that big? I thought a
A
cello.
cello,
was one
yeah,
of them
no, a cello is one of them
handheld
things you
instruments.
have. It's like a violin, but it's big as hell.
Oh yeah.
You gotta have fucking long arms for that shit.
Or a bassinet, ain't that what?
A bassinet, wait, bassinet.
No, yeah, a bassinet's what you put a baby in.
A
but a basset, I think.
A basset
Not
is
a
like
basset
a
hound,
flute.
but
A basset's like a flute,
Oh,
but it's like a longer flute. It's like a long clarinet kind of thing.
I thought that was a dog.
No,
A basset hound, yeah.
But
I think what you're talking about is like a long clarinet, because a clarinet's like a
I
complicated
don't know,
flute.
but one of them things, one of them standard
It's like,
damn.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
A
Though.
long guitar, man. Whatever them things.
Or a
are.
bassoon. It might be a bassoon is what you're talking about.
But maybe.
I think
you were in band, weren't you? Nick?
fuck no. I just
Oh,
like
shit,
instruments.
I was about to
Nah.
say.
I just like instruments. I like learning everything I
Hey, he
can about a
took
subject.
piano though for like
I
a
did take piano
semester.
for like
Oh, hell
2 or 3
yeah.
months, but I didn't like Miss Yancey.
Oh,
She was too picky on how fast you had to learn something.
what?
Yeah, she's just too. I don't know.
Hell
She's also
no.
too picky on whether you could talk to people or not. It's like, man, I like learning more about other people, how fast they're learning something, so I know if I'm doing it good or not.
Yeah, like what are you doing that I'm not?
It's like, what are you doing to hit these keys? Because I would always fuck up the pinky. The pinky is what I'd always mess up so bad on, that and the ring finger.
Yeah, so the pinky and the ring finger, they're connected to the same ligament.
Yeah, they got.
And
That's
so-
why you can't move like. It's just
Yeah,
it's
so
complicated.
that shit's hard. Yeah.
That's why like people who play guitar and they can independently move their pinky. Shout out to you, bro. Please teach me your ways, because that is crazy. I want to learn so bad.
What was your favorite class in high school?
I have to think about that one.
Mine
My
had to be
favorite
Hudson's.
class.
Yeah, mine was probably Hudson's too, but either that or Bailey's. Definitely Bailey.
yeah.
But
I really liked. Oh, all right. So my senior year, I took culinary class,
Ooh.
and that one was probably my favorite because, of course, you got to eat what you cook, and the teacher loved the hell out of me. So y'all know I was in ROTC.
Oh, yeah.
We during the Christmas time, they would take a MRE apart, and we would do like little Christmas quiz, like what was the fucking reindeer with a red nose name? Yeah, all that. It was Quizlet. We would do Quizlet,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Quizlet, little Christmas shit. And whoever won got the most points, you got a prize. Pick out what you want from the MRE. Well, you know me, my little fat ass. I picked out the chocolate pudding, and it had like fourth cup of water. Fucking put a little bit of like salt or some shit in there. It had like exact measurements, and I was like, man, the one place that would have these measurements is the culinary class. So I go in there, and her name was Miss Smith, and I asked her, I was like, Miss Smith, can I use some of the measuring cups so I can get this shit done? And she was like, yeah, you gotta try it in front of my class though once you do it. And I was like, okay, I will. Don't worry about it. So I mixed up everything. It came in a little green pouch. You just pour the water in there. You stir everything up, and it tasted pretty good. It tasted like brownie batter.
That sounds pretty good, actually.
The texture was a little weird. The texture was kind of weird.
Almost like if you blended up a fudge round and put it in there, you think, maybe?
it was more kind of like a Jello. Kind of. So yes. So snack pack. It's real smooth. It's real creamy.
Yeah.
This was a little more coagulated. So yeah.
So kind of like a Jello pudding.
Yes. So the texture put me off a little bit, but it tasted real good. And so from that point on, she called me MRE. That was my nickname. And we had every break we had, I would pop in her class and say hey to her. And so I took her class my senior year, and it was the first day of school. She was going through the roster. She goes, Caleb, who's Caleb? And I said, oh, that's me. She goes, I didn't even know your real name this whole time. I've just been calling you MRE. And but that was a real fun class, man. It was not only was the teacher really cool, she was really kind, but a lot of the stuff we did was really cool. Like we made chicken parmesan, and we did a homemade sauce with it. We did like cupcake wars, and I did Winnie the Pooh cupcakes.
Oh,
so
yeah.
all the little cupcake wrappers, they look like little honey pots. And the icing, I did had honey in the icing, and I did little fondant Winnie the Poohs popping up out of the icing.
Yo, that's cool.
That's
Yeah.
dope. Might have to make me some of this sometime, bro.
That was probably my favorite class that I took all throughout high school was that. And y'all remember Miss Bryson?
Yeah.
Miss Bryson, she let me be the softball manager my senior year. And so I'd get out of class like an hour early to go fucking bullshit around with the softball girls, and I would get I was the announcer too, so I was the announcer for all the softball games, and I got free food from it too.
Hell yeah.
So whatever food the concession stand had, Miss Bryson would send me up a plate of it, and I was like, hell yeah.
Man, I wanted to take culinary freshman year, but that was when Miss Smith was like having a baby, I think. So she was
Yeah.
out on maternity leave, so I didn't want to take it with the other teacher that was doing it. So I took facts class instead with Miss Lindsay, right? And one of the stories I remember from that was like near the end of the year. That was the COVID year, right? So I didn't
Yeah.
get to finish. Like we had just started cooking shit in that class.
Damn.
But we finally got to one, and we were making like tortilla chips with like lime and something.
Oh my goodness.
And we were putting shit in the oven, and when it got done, They told me to take it out the oven. I'm like, all right. And there's a rag sitting there, right? And I said, hey, can I take it out with this? I was like, will this be good? And they're like, yeah, that's fine. So I go to take it out. That bitch had no insulation. Like, I thought it was an insulated rag. No, it was just
Oh
a
my
normal dish
God.
rag. So I went to grab it, and I yelled, fuck! Like, and Miss Lindsay turned around like, is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, I just about burnt my hand off. And they're all just obviously laughing and
Oh
shit.
my
And I'm
God.
like, damn, why didn't y'all tell me? So needless to say, the next time we did that, I let somebody else get them out the
Y'all are
oven.
fucking with
I was like,
the
I'll put them in the oven, but y'all taking them
Listen,
out.
I'll put them in.
Fuck.
I'll check on them, but somebody else getting these
Or I
out
was
the
like,
oven.
either that or y'all hoes handed me an oven mitt. So I'm like,
Oh
other
my
than that,
God.
Y'all
I
better set an
cannot
oven
take
mitt
it.
next to the oven
I
next
guess
time.
another one of my favorite classes was y'all ever heard of JAG?
Oh, yeah, I took
yeah,
JAG
we
for
went-
3 years.
We went to competition 2 years
Yeah.
for that.
And so Miss Hudson was the JAG teacher whenever I first got there.
I started with Miss Hudson was a JAG teacher.
Yeah.
I had JAG with Ben, what's his name? Dude who tore his MCL and ACL or whatever one year. Meniscus on his knee.
I don't remember his
Ben, he
name.
dating Kaylee Norwood
Oh,
now.
Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
He would never take that class. Me and him would always be yelling and laughing, him and Trey.
If I'm being completely honest with you, so I don't know about you, Nick, but they did I don't know about you neither, but they did an interview process. So they came to me and they were like, "We think this would be a good class for you to take, but all this bullshit." And if I'm gonna be honest with you, I only took it because I thought Miss Hudson was hot. That's the only reason I took it. I was like, I get to stare at you all day. Hell yeah, yes, ma'am. And then of course my first year she got pregnant and within like 2 months she was out of school for the rest of the year. I was like, oh my God.
Hey, but then there was that
So-
blonde lady that came in there.
Miss
She wasn't
Anderson?
too bad.
Miss
on
Anderson
She used to make
She was
food.
annoying though.
Bro, she used to make
Oh,
food
really?
for our class. She made
Yeah.
chicken
Maybe she
nuggets and
wasn't
mac and
annoying
cheese.
then.
But I remember I won. I got public speech awards from that. I got first place in the state of Alabama, and I got second in the United States.
Hell
And
yeah.
I went to do a year after high school. Miss Hudson called me, and she was like, "Hey, the governor's doing a board of education meeting. They want you to come and do your speech that you
Oh,
did
what?
for the award."
Oh, damn.
And I said, "Really?" She was like, "Yeah, we'll drive you down to Montgomery. They're gonna set you up in a nice hotel. We're gonna get you an outfit. We'll get your hair cut. Come on, what do you think
Wow.
about it, Caleb?" And I was working at that factory that I got fired from. I was like, "Yeah, let me talk to my boss about it." And I told the boss of the factory about it. She was like, "Oh yeah, that sounds like a good opportunity. Go for it. We got you." And so Miss Hudson came and picked me up. We went and got my hair cut, which my hair was long then. And I told her, I said, "I'm not cutting my hair." She said, "What?" I said, "Miss Hudson, no, I'm not getting my hair cut." She said, "Caleb, you're gonna meet the governor. You're gonna be they're gonna record you. You're gonna be on television." And I said, "I know. Look, trim my hair, but don't cut it." And she was like, "Okay, if that's what you want, are you sure you don't want to cut your hair?" I said, "Miss Hudson, I'm sure."
Man, tell you I'll be
Trim it up.
tripping anyway.
I know, dude. This was before I found out.
Yeah,
Caleb was a
I
bitch.
know, dude.
And then they bought me a whole new outfit. They got me a nice button down shirt with a t-shirt to go under it. They got me a pair of khaki pants. They bought me a belt. They got me a pair of Dockers. Like, yeah, my first pair of Dockers I ever had.
Damn.
I swear, yeah. And then you already know me. I'll roll the blunt to go. I didn't tell nobody. I had it wrapped in like 3 plastic bags so they couldn't smell it. And we get to the hotel and they have a little meeting room that we're all set up at. I meet like the JAG lady for Alabama, and then I meet the man who's like head of JAG for the whole United States. And they got me like a speech coach, and so I'm talking to the speech coach, like going through everything with him. And one of my friends lived down in Montgomery, and I was like, "Hey, do you mind if like one of my friends comes up here and like me and her hang out? I ain't seen her since I was a freshman." They were like, "Yeah, sure." So she came up to the hotel. We hung out for a little bit. We fucking went and got some food at a restaurant. We walked around the little hotel area for a little while, and then I got ready to go to sleep. And I stepped out to the fucking parking garage. I lit that blunt up, and my room was right across from Miss Hudson's room. So I was like, damn, I gotta play this shit real fucking strict, dude. So I waited till like 11 at night. I stepped out, I smoked the fucking blunt, and I came back in. And we went to breakfast the next morning, and it was weird, man. So it's real nice restaurant, real nice breakfast area, and we all sit down, and I'm around all these important people, and one of the ladies goes, "All right, Caleb, we'll let you pick the appetizer. What appetizer do you want?" And I'm like,
Shit.
whatever.
What y'all like, bro?
Yeah,
What
I was
y'all
like, whatever you guys want. They were like, no, Caleb, this is about you. You pick it out. I was like, fuck, dude.
It's like,
So,
damn.
I don't even remember what I picked out. I picked out some appetizer, and then we went.
You picked out the easiest. How you picked out the safest shit.
Yeah, fucking like cheese tots or whatever.
Can we get like cheesy bites? Yeah. Can we get pretzels?
And then we went and did the little governor's meeting. I did my little speech, and there was a lot of people that were talking to me, and it was funny. Kay Ivy was behind me waiting to talk to me, and I was in the middle of a conversation with somebody, and by the time I turned around, Kay Ivy done walked off.
Oh,
And they were,
really?
they were like, man, the
Yeah.
governor was behind you. She was wanting to talk to you. I was like, how come no one why didn't anybody
Why
tell
ain't
me?
nobody tell me
in
the governor was
hindsight,
behind me?
though,
I was like, why
in
didn't nobody-
hindsight, she
Hindsight's
didn't deserve
2020.
the conversation. You
I
know
swear,
what I mean?
you don't deserve my time.
Exactly, exactly.
So that was another one of my favorite classes I took too, was JAG. I really liked it.
Yeah, man, you think that's bad. And I got a story I have to save for one of the days on this podcast, but I can tell you about it off camera. But yeah, man, we went to Orlando and Dallas because of JAG, and Dallas,
Oh my God.
Dallas was wild. Like, I did some crazy shit in Dallas.
I got a crazy ROTC story to tell you.
Oh God.
So you know we got the military ball, right?
Yeah.
So it was my junior year. We were going to the military ball, and the recruiters that are involved with the school, they invite the recruiters to the military ball. Okay. So it was the two recruiters. It was a man and a woman. Coincidentally, they had grown up with each other. They knew each other their whole life, and so they're all at the military ball, and they're like, yeah, dog, we stuck shots in. And I said, what? And one of the recruiters pulls out a handful of shots. He was like, yeah, man, you think I'm getting through this bitch sober? Fuck no, I'm surrounded by a bunch of high school kids. I ain't going through this bitch sober. And Rowdy was with me. Rowdy was my driver, and I was talking to the recruiter. I was like, man, let me get a little shot, dog. Come on now. And he said, all right, hold on, come here. You two come here. And he pulled us into the bathroom, and he was like, these are the keys to my truck. My truck's the big black one out there parked in the front.
Oh.
I got a jar of apple pie moonshine in the passenger side floorboard. You boys go out there, sit in the truck. Don't turn it on. If you turn my fucking truck on, I'll be pissed. Don't turn the truck on. Unlock it. Sip on that moonshine a little bit. Have all you want.
Damn.
Like, damn.
Dude.
So me and Rowdy,
Damn.
we sit in this nice ass truck. We're sitting there passing the moonshine jar back and forth together. That shit was fun as fuck. And then we go back in, and I'm like, man, that shit was good as hell. He said, wasn't it? I was like, yeah, that shit was good as fuck. He goes, you know, there's a bar attached to this. I said, what? There's a bar? He goes, yeah, it's not open because none of you guys can drink. But oh fuck it, come here. And so we follow him, and it's attached to the ballroom. He opens this door up. And he looks at me and Rowdy, and he goes, don't touch any of the liquor. Drink all the beers you want. Put the beers in this cardboard box right here. The beer bottles, put them in this fucking cardboard box right here, okay? Me and Rowdy were like, all right, we got you. So we fucking shut the door, and we sit in there. We drink like 2 or 3 fucking beers, so we're fucked up by this point.
Damn,
We're
bro.
fucked up, dude.
I mean, y'all still in high school, so y'all
We're
fucked
in
up.
high school at a high school function.
That's crazy.
Like
bro.
everybody else around us was sober as a joke, dude. Me and Rowdy were getting fucking drunk, and then so we get done drinking the beers and we come back out. Of course, we go out around the dance floor. We're dancing. They got like little cake and shit to eat. We're eating on the cake.
Eating every damn thing at that point.
It ends. It ends. It's time for everybody to leave, and I'm sitting there bullshitting with the recruiter, and I was like, man, take me to Waffle House, come on. He was like, nah, man, I'm trying to get out. Me and he like his friend that was with him, the other recruiter lady. They're like, no, we're trying to get home. I was like, man, I know you're gonna go to Waffle House. Don't fucking bullshit with me. Take me to Waffle House. He was like, man, you know, I already did enough for you tonight, man. You know, I can't get in trouble for this shit. I said, you ain't gonna get in trouble. Come on, take me to Waffle House. And he was a National Guard recruiter. I said, you take me to Waffle House, I'll join the National Guard. I was drunk as fuck. I wasn't serious. He said, for real. I said, honest to God, you take me to Waffle House? You pay for it?
Oh my
I'll join the
God.
National Guard. I will. And he was like, if you're being serious, you want to ride with us? I was like, shit. Hell yeah, I want to ride with you.
Oh
Hell
my
yeah.
God.
Rowdy was driving separate. So I was like, we going to the one on South Parkway? He was like, that's the one closest to y'all? I said, yeah. He was like, yeah, we'll go to the one on South Parkway then. And so I told Rowdy, I was like, Rowdy, we're going to be at this Waffle House. Rowdy was like, all right, bet. I hop in the fucking car with him. This motherfucker didn't tell me the tumbler. He was walking around with a tumbler. That bitch had strawberry moonshine in it the whole night. The whole night.
Damn.
So he's like, I'm in the back seat. The other recruiter lady's in the passenger, and of course, he's driving. We're all fucking drunk. We're listening to like Lil Wayne, T-Pain, fucking Lil Boosie. We're passing the apple pie moonshine back and forth. We're
Damn,
passing the strawberry back and forth. We going to Waffle House drunk as fuck. He's like, man, order what you want. I got you. Don't worry about it. Fucking, we're eating Waffle House, and I'll never forget that, dude. I got drunk at the military ball with the recruiters, and they paid for Waffle House for me after the
Dude,
fact.
where do you be finding
That
these
shit
people? Like, I
Bro,
need to know.
How do you
because-
stereotype so perfectly, bro? Like,
Yeah,
what?
for real, like,
Bro, picking the hay out the needle stack. What in the
Yeah,
world,
dude, that
bro?
shit was fucking, it was wild, dude. Yeah, so
that's awesome.
I don't know if
though.
some shit like that happened in Dallas with you guys, but
No, it was a little different than that. None of the faculty knew this was going
my
on. What
God.
happened with us, but
We had to cut a rug around the faculty.
like,
I
yeah,
ain't gonna lie.
the operation I'm talking about. Let's say I don't want to get into it too big on
It
here.
was
'cause
an
I want to be,
expedition,
but
just like
there,
you
there,
know.
Expedition.
there was like 5 people that were involved in it, though.
Damn.
Yeah,
And that's the part, because my senior year, so whenever I got all those awards and shit, it was during COVID, and so you weren't allowed to take field trips anywhere. So I didn't even get to do any of that shit. I was done pissed off about it. I was like, come on now. I do all this cool shit, and all I get's a fucking trip to Montgomery. Come on now, fuck.
That actually made me so mad when they had no field trips that year.
Yeah.
I think we still ended up going on like 1 or 2, but it wasn't nothing crazy. I mean, it was like
Yeah.
something to just get you out of the school for like an
we
hour.
didn't have many field trips in high school, which I also didn't sign up for many of them because a lot of them were optional, like the
A
ones
lot
that
of
were
them were
later on.
expensive during COVID, bro. They had like some $80, $90 field trips. I'm
See,
like,
I
"Dang,
went
bro, I
to
ain't
the
going on this."
Princess Theater one time, but I didn't go to like the Hamilton with Miss Willis or none of that because she bipolar. I wasn't trying to.
I
do
went to
all
that one. It was cool,
Yeah.
but I honestly got bored as hell going to that one. I ain't gonna lie.
But hold on, how long we been? Yeah, we're running about an hour and 20.
Or 20, hell yeah.
But
Oh yeah. Hey, it didn't overheat this time.
oh yeah, that's the thing. I think it's because we got.
We
the
were
fan
talking
up
about. I was gonna
above.
tell you the first time. I was like, "Hey, we might be able to get 45 minutes and it'll overheat. We might have to."
Yeah. I remember
get
y'all
back
said
on the
45
subject.
minutes, and I was just thinking, I was like, damn, it's been a little longer than 45
Yeah, we
minutes.
normally run for about an hour and 30, so we'll probably wrap it up soon. But I'm very impressed that the camera has not overheated. Because last podcast we shot in 4K. I don't know if it's maybe because like the fan's on overhead.
I think the
so it's
fan has
cooling
been
a
keeping
little
it
bit.
cool.
Or because it does feel cooler in here because like we didn't
Yeah.
have nothing on. But yeah, it overheated in like 45 minutes last time, and we had to like
Damn.
reset it. So
That was also our first time trying 4K, so we had no idea it was gonna
yeah.
overheat.
The camera
in
may
45.
also not have been used to it, because I filmed a whole nother video in 4K after that. So maybe it like
Because that was our second time ever recording in 4K.
because when I first
And that was
got
our
the
only time recording in 4K over like, you would only record it in 4K for like what, maybe a few
Just to
minutes
test
before?
it.
Yeah, just a test.
And the thing is, like, I hadn't, when I first bought this camera, I didn't realize that I had to set it to 4K. I thought it was automatically on it. So it was still recording in good quality, but it was 1080 instead of like the
hell yeah.
31, whatever 4K is. So
3160.
yeah, it's pretty nice. I mean, I like it. I think definitely be able to make a lot of good content with it. Hopefully get value out of it, because things aren't damn cheap. But
Hell yeah.
but yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on.
Hell yeah, I appreciate you for
Might have
inviting
to
me,
have
man.
you
This
back
is
for
Right,
part
bro.
2
We're gonna have to have you
sometime.
back on for part 2.
Dude, I'd love
I love
to.
them
I
stories.
got-
Them stories.
Man,
Oh, yeah.
man,
legendary.
I've done since high school. I've done moved to Arkansas and back.
Damn.
Damn.
Yes, I
Yeah.
got like I went my first trip to the beach I took last July. Like not obviously not this July, but the fucking last year. My first trip to Myrtle Beach. Yeah,
Damn.
first
Oh,
time ever
shit.
been to the beach before. I took a full mushroom bar and went to the aquarium.
Oh my god.
Yes, I about ran about that motherfucker.
Oh my
but
God.
yeah,
Bro, about
so I
started
got-
swimming with the
bro.
fishes,
So,
bro.
yeah,
He
you
about hopped in the
definitely got some more in the vault for
Yeah,
sure.
and hopefully by the time we do it again, we be able to smoke. So
Oh,
we,
true.
We can
Yeah,
find
bro.
somewhere to smoke at. We can smoke while we do it too.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
allegedly in Alabama.
No.
Actually,
This
next
is
time,
this
next
is
time we'll
filmed
be in
in
Colorado.
Narnia.
Yeah, this is filmed in the Atlantic Ocean, so there's no
Yeah,
laws.
we're underwater right
Yeah,
now. I know.
We're in international waters.
We're,
Yeah.
we're in an aquarium under the water. We're
So
in an
anybody you've
underwater
ever
highway.
seen drinking on this channel, it's international water, so it's
Yeah, bro.
okay.
We're in a floating house on international waters, so there ain't
But-
no jurisdiction out here.
But yeah,
Oh,
man,
hell yeah.
I enjoyed talking to you, man. I definitely enjoyed the episode. I hope everybody
it's
watching enjoyed
Yes,
it,
sir,
man.
bro.
Definitely
We gonna have you on
some
again.
interesting stories here, and Yeah, man. But remember, be good people, and if you're doing
Be good
something,
people.
damn it, be good at it.
Be
and
good
yes,
at
sir.
it.
We'll see y'all next week.
Use
See
your
y'all
blinker
next
100
week.
yards prior to the stop sign.